Political Brown Kid here. I hope everyone is having a great day. Um, I've just been recording some videos, and I just made a video talking about depression and what I've been going through lately. And this kind of piggybacks off of that, so I didn't want to bundle that video, this content with that content, because I'm trying to keep these videos short. Once again, I'm kind of going, I'm in and out of my funks, just as far as with life and just things in general. But it mostly centers around, not really having a social life or social interactions, also not having anyone, intimate interactions with, people in your life. And what I found is that the internet that I found that how the internet and not social media, but yeah, social media. I'm not really on social media that much, but how online dating is just not been good for me. And I really need to back off of it. I've been thinking that for a while. I'm saying it here. Now, whether I do that or not, because we all say things like, hey, I need to stop eating, cookies and cakes and pies, and we still do it. Hey, I need to stop doing X, Y, and Z, and we still do it. So I'm hoping that I can cut out the habit of online dating. But the unfortunate part about it is that's the only mechanism I have to meet women. And the reason why I say that, if for people who are new and have not listened to my other content, I actually make efforts to go out and get involved out in society. Like I say, I get showered up, get my hair cut fresh, get looking. At least I'm looking as best as I can look. I can only work with what I have. I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm not Denzel Washington. I work with what I have. Or should I say Idris Elba? Because Denzel's older. He's still a handsome guy, but he's older. So I'm just going to use Idris for the women that can relate. But I work with what I have, and I throw on like I told y'all, my family members. I got two sisters, and these two sisters had me going out buying all this cologne. They didn't have me. They just recommended I do this. And they recommended colognes to me. So I bought all of these colognes, and I'm throwing them on. And, you throw on all your best clothes. You go out into the world, and nothing happens because no one's out in the world, especially when I'm in my mid 40s. I'm 45, just hit 45. So when you're in your mid 40s, no one's out in the streets. If the people in their 20s, they may be out in the streets, and I see them out. I see them at the bars and at the spots. I don't see people in their 40s. The people in their 40s that are out, they're with like 40 other people, 30, 20 other people, or they're waiting to meet someone else. They're literally sitting at the bar, and then 10 minutes later, you'll see a guy come up and sit with them because she's been waiting on that guy. And you can tell that they've been, either this was a planned date or they've known each other and they're dating. So I'm saying this to say this is that I can't meet people in public because I've been striking out doing that. And online has just been the only other option. But the problem with online for me, I'm only speaking for me, is that the only women, like I said, there's been a few times when I've had very nice looking women, hit me up, and we've gone out. Nothing has matriculated, or I shouldn't say matriculated, nothing has materialized from that. So, but those are few and far in between. Me getting hits from a woman that I actually genuinely find attractive is few and far in between. I go literally months before I see something. And so I'm like, what? She likes me? What? And then even when I do get that match, those women are still like, okay, I matched with you, but you're like a low priority. I match with you, but I'm not going to communicate with you. And I'm just kind of like, damn, because, I take the initiative, I contact her, and, and it's like, women are very fickle, and I'm not dogging women out, so women don't take this the wrong way, even though be honest with you, I'm viewing it as a negative because I'm being adversely affected by it. What I mean by that is this, that you'll hear people say, you're supposed to contact a woman within the first 24 hours of matching. And then you'll even see women on their dating profile say, if we match and you don't speak to me soon, I get bored, or, I'm going to unmatch with you. And then when you do match, if you reach out to them in the first for the first hour or two, then I guess you look real desperate and they unmatch or they don't talk to you. Or if you wait a couple of hours, about 8, 9, 10 hours, and then you say something, they still don't say anything to you. So it was just kind of like, well, why did you match with me? And so when you go through that, and then the other people that are matching with you, literally the other people that match with me they'll send me likes. Like I'll look in my email and it'll be like, oh, you have 5 new likes. And I'm like, okay, I got 5, wow. And you look at them, it's a 68-year-old woman. It's a 70, and I'm not lying to y'all. Y'all think I'm joking, but this is not a joke. Literally, it's 68-year-old women, 77. I had a 77-year-old woman match or send me a like. And I'm like, what are you doing sending likes out? You're 77. Shouldn't you just be focused on, your will or something? I don't know. But you have, like, literally, I get likes from women that are 60s and 70s, or they're super, super big. And, I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards big people, but it's just kind of like, man, that's the attraction that I'm giving off. That's, the only people that are sending me likes. And so when you start getting that and you're not getting anything out in the real world, people that you are running into, they don't even want to deal with you. Like literally I went to I know I'm kind of rambling, so please bear with me. I literally went to a bar one time, not a bar, but it was a restaurant, but they have a bar at the restaurant. So I was sitting at the bar because that's where it seemed like all of the single people were hanging out. I sat down at the bar and I was sitting next to a group of, it was like 3 black women that were in my age group. They were like right next to me. It was one empty seat between me and the next, and between them. The one black girl, she literally got up. Mind you, I wasn't sitting right next to her. It was one empty seat in between us. She literally got up and moved her plate to the other side of her friends. So now it was 2 empty seats. It was like, I'm giving off that much creepy vibes that you literally got up and moved down 2 seats because I sat here kind of like next to you. And that's been kind of like the treatment that I get. And it's just kind of, and when you start getting that treatment, and I've been getting this treatment and having been striking out for what has been 4 years now, 4.5 years. When you're going through that and you just start to lose all of the invisible juice, your Willie Beeman invisible juice that you had. And so then when you start seeing all of these videos online by people like Cynthia G, and you start, and not even just Cynthia G, but all of these other, black women on TikTok, talk about they divesting, they don't want to talk to black men, we're dusty. And you start seeing all of these comments, and then you start seeing black men reciprocating and saying, we don't want you black women. I see how there is an uncomfortability between black men and black women, because I think we're all looking at this content and thinking, well, this person probably don't even want to talk to me. And so now when I go out, I'm very hesitant. I'm like, man, she's cute, but she probably doesn't like me because everybody else has been treating me like trash. So she probably does not want me to approach her. And that's the zone, the mental zone that I'm in now. It's like, I don't even want to approach a woman now because I know what the result is going to be. She's going to, just basically either ignore me, treat me like I'm invisible, or she's going to make a disgusted look on her face and, she's just not going to, and I'm going to get dissed in public. And I find myself now too, this is the other thing that I'm doing, and I know you guys are probably I know you guys always like to troll and be funny, but I'm going to say it because it's my reality. I find myself kind of like looking at guys, not in a sexual way, so all y'all get that out your mind, but I just find myself looking at guys and being like, what does he have? Like, he's with a girl. Like, and I just kind of find myself like studying, like, well, what does he have? Like, I'm looking at his dress, and I dress similar to that. Okay, I'm looking at his face. He doesn't look that spectacular or anything, but yet he's with her, and I find myself doing that a lot. And so I'm trying to figure out, how to get out of this rut. So I'm basically making this video to kind of get any feedback from you all to see, like, what your thoughts is on this. Maybe what's some things that I can do. I know you all haven't seen me, but just kind of like mentally, how can I, sharpen my toolbox or whatever. But just a bunch of rejection that I've encountered, and then also not even just the rejection, it's just the non communication, like being ignored by a bunch of women, and then only being received by women that are 70, they're 30 years older than me. You think I'm 45, and like I'm getting like women that are 62. This is literally, I had a 62-year-old, a 69-year-old, a 77-year-old, and a 73-year-old. All of these women sending me likes. And so when you have that, it's just kind of like, man, well, maybe that's my market value. Maybe that's my market value, is these type of women or these super big girls, you know? So I just kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts, and I just kind of wanted to make this video just to talk and ramble because, once again, I have nothing else. I'm kind of like Christopher Williams at this point. I talk to myself because there's no one else to talk to. So once again, this is the Political Brown Kid. Definitely leave me some comments and hit the like and subscribe button. I'm out of here.